What goes PoGo MoFo? Get us set in. See how we got going here.
Lady Whistledown he writes what she sees. Perhaps we need to help her to see things a bit more clearly. The Duke is quite fond of gooseberry pie. The very dish my cook is renowned for.
Let's go, Nexus. What the hell's happening? Did he quit on me?
And for all we know, Whistledown may be some interloper living in Bloomsbury with us. What should be so terrible about Bloomsbury? The people there actually work for it.
She does seem to be someone with access.
Who knows if Whistledown has even a she? Fair point.
Because she's simply too good to be anyone's man.
Well, I think it rather obvious that the writer is Lady Danbury.
Lady Danbury enjoys sharing her insults with society directly. She would never bother herself writing them all down.
Could it be Lady Featherington?
No.
You've yet to read what Whistledown writes to Featherington's little sister. You must forgive this.
What's gonna toss him?
Debate, Your Grace.
Nonsense, I find it entertaining. All of you at one table, with your children.
I realise it may be unfashionable, but we like each other. Most of the time. You should join us more often.
Okay, he doesn't have anything to answer.
You would be most welcome.
That's excellent.
Gregory, would you stop tossing peas at me? Those peas are already there. You cannot tell me what to do. I am old and I'm taller.
Children?
No, he does have a presence about him.
Break the streets for once then.
I should be able to get 3 before he gets to another.
You appear displeased.
Do I?
We find ourselves seated beside each other, Miss Bridgerton. I'd like to think you're happy about that.
There we go.
Perhaps, Your Grace, it would be better if you refrained from thinking about me at all.
I think he just got to another one.
Yes, however is it possible for a lady to offer anything but a smile while seated
No.
beside a duke?
Thank you, the last shield.
Even one of your reputation.
You are aware of my
And
reputation.
aware of your friendship with my eldest brother. If that were not enough, I'm also aware of the things a certain writer's recently written of you. Presumptuous, clearly, arrogant most definitely. You are a rake. Through and through. And tell me I'm wrong.
Who's to refrain from thinking about whom again?
I assure you, I'm anything but interested in you.
Good.
Quite.
And I, anything interested in you. The eldest sister of my oldest friend, yet another recent subject of a certain writer, chaste, neat, desperate.
Okay, good. Gotta throw his energy.
To marry.
That's big.
Hastings, I'm so glad you decided to join us this evening. It was most spontaneous of you. Not at all. With Lady Danbury accepting your dear mother's gracious invitation on my behalf. Well,
Okay, that's a weather ball. Could be blizzard.
You must have for dessert some gooseberry pie. Great.
ah, lovely.
You were a perfectly reasonable mother until your eldest daughter came of age. This matchmaking scheme, rather transparently concocted with Lady Danbury, it will not work.
I can think of worse matches for Daphne than not you. I believe the two of you to be friends.
We are good friends, which is why I know he has absolutely no
Shit.
intention of marrying.
Well, you must understand, all men make that assertion. Your father.
Do not bring father into this.
Why didn't he not ever throw? Oh, yeah, I guess that was his win
We certainly
condition.
don't have the Duke anywhere near Daphne.
I fully subscribe to the belief that reformed rakes make the very best of
You will not make her happy. Daphne deserves better.
And I know you think you're solving the problem, but you are not. And that is all I shall say about the matter.
Yeah.
The Duke will be joining us as a guest at Vauxhall tomorrow evening. Now, I admit it was not easy.
You overstep.
She is my eldest daughter.
She is my responsibility, as are you.
Responsibility?
Do not make this any more
difficult than it already is.
I wish to know something, Anthony. Tonight, when you leave this study that you continue to keep at your family home, are you just going to go back to lodgings across the square? Or will you pay a visit to a certain soprano that you tend to look
Sometimes I just get tough
on the other
matchups.
side of town, relying on your younger brothers to one day do the
Ugh.
job that you cannot? You like to speak of responsibility. My dear son. Of duty? Pray tell, what should you know of it?
A shield once.
I sit with her in that drawing room. Do you know what I see? A young woman who is terrified because she knows what kind of life, what kind of future awaits her should you continue to get in her way. If your
He
father
probably
was still
won't
here,
shield
Daphne would already have
the
been
first
rich.
one.
The man would have made an arrangement with an old friend.
Oh.
The man would have done what was now
Okay.
necessary. So you must ask yourself, are you really an older brother? Or are you the man of this
Alright, now
house?
we gotta keep it. I got 2 shields out of that.
I cannot see you anymore.
I do not understand.
It is not for you to understand. I must do what is necessary.
You said you would always protect me. You promised to care for me, my lord. And now? What shall I do now?
You shall leave.
Be it shame or slander, seduction or smear, there is but one thing that humbles even the most highly regarded members of our dear ton: a scandal. Well, dear reader, it should seem that all of Grosvenor Square has been left to ponder a rather scandalous question indeed. Might one former diamond's recent fall from grace turn out to be the most damning scandal of all?
Pen,
Colin, I did not know you would be here.
sorry to disappoint. Have you seen Miss Thompson?
She's ill. My mama had to stay home with her. Papa had to chaperone. I'm quite enjoying the fact that he is here. Mama would never allow me to wear a dress like this. Not yellow enough, I think.
Mr. Bridgeton, I believe you owe me a dance this evening, and I have only one more space remaining on my card at present.
For convenience.
Maybe I did not see you there.
I'm afraid I cannot offer you that dance, Miss Cowper. I am to escort Miss Featherington to the floor.
Skarmory in the back, that hurts.
Your resemblance is remarkable. You look just like him. Your father. Ladies and gentlemen, a most extraordinary event is about to take place. Right this way. Come. Come.
Martin.
Yes.
Funny.
It is with great privilege I present Vauxhall's newest spectacle of illusion. Feast your eyes above and allow all that you think to overwhelm you. Wonderful night.
Is it not the most bizarre? Look, brother. What is it?
Lord Berwick's barony is over 200 years old. His lineage is legitimate. He's had an excellent education, possesses no debts, never hurt an animal or a woman, and is even a decent shot. To speak strictly, there's nothing wrong with him.
What should any of
You're
us...
to marry him.
Nigel.
I had to find your husband, sister. No. Be grateful it is done. It should be just as easy for you to fall in love with Lord Berwick as with anyone else.
I will not hear of this.
You haven't bled. It's been over a month since your arrival. You haven't bled. I suppose
Damn, man.
up until now, I've had no legitimate excuse to dispense with you. But when Lord Featherington...
That was a hard flex team. That's my old school team anyway.
I suppose
That team
I should be
exactly.
happy. And if it were guaranteed that my own ladies would not be affected by your revolting recklessness, I would be. Do you even know who the father is? What was that? You shall never understand. Someone like you living this ridiculous
Damn, man, this is just
Did you
crazy.
think I wanted to come here? To be around people like you?
Wow.
So out of touch, so superior.
Whatever are you doing?
Nigel, not now.
Nigel? We to drop the honorific so soon? I suppose, as your husband.
You will never be my husband. I will never marry you. My brother, he made a mistake.
Do you think yourself better than me?
It'd be best for you to leave.
You should be thanking me. I'm your last hope. No one wants you as Bridget.
What are you doing?
You'll find out soon enough.
Stop it! Let go of me! Your Grace, I had no intention.
Of knocking the Klimt flat out. And I must say I'm impressed.
What are you doing out here?
Avoiding certain people.
People.
Mothers. Yeah, people, I suppose.
You are coming from the Dark Walk. It is merely a few steps away.
What would you know?
Dark Walk is merely a few steps away. And I am alone with two men.
I believe you're only with one man. The
I
other
shall be compromised just the same. Do you have any idea what would happen if someone even suggested that I must go?
Marry me, Miss Bridgerton. Now, as far as proposals go, that may be the least romantic of all.
I suppose if someone were to find me here, it would be one way out of marrying him.
Oh, you cannot possibly be thinking of marrying him.
If I'm unable to secure another offer, there may be no alternative. Unlike you, I cannot simply declare I do not wish to marry. I do not have such a privilege.
Yes, I was quite surprised to learn you no longer have a line of suitors running in a square in London.
I'm in no need of your derision, sir.
I do not mock you. I'm being sincere. I know what this Lady Whistledown has written. Trust I possess as much contempt for the author as you do. She's almost issued a challenge to London's most ambitious memoirs, encouraging, provoking them.
Claim you as that prize. Do not worry, Your Grace. I believe such a win would be promptly forfeited indeed. I must go this way. You through those trees.
Perhaps there is an answer to our collective Lady Whistledown issue.
Wow.
We can pretend.
I just can't win. I'm not even getting bad teams to play. I'm just getting outplayed.
With you on my arm, the world will believe I finally found my Duchess. Every presumptuous mother in town will leave me alone, and every suitor will be looking at you.
Alright, this isn't a bad lead.
You must know men are always interested in a woman when they believe another, particularly a duke, to be interested as well.
You presume Lady
I
Whistler.
presume sure they must be precisely what we are. Me, unavailable. You, desirable. Stare into my eyes. Yeah. Closer. If this is to work, you must appear madly in love.
It is an absurd plan.
I find it quite brilliant, provided you do not wish to marry me. And I do not wish to marry you. Whatever should you have to lose?
For those not in attendance at the Vauxhall celebration, you missed the most remarkable coup of the season. It appears Miss Daphne Bridgerton has captured the interest of the newly returned Duke of Hastings. How the young miss secured her newfound suitor is yet to be determined. Yet, if anyone shall reveal the circumstances of this match,
That
it
just
is
dragged me down.
yours truly.
I lost 300 points in the last 3 days. I don't know what to do. Just gonna have fun with it. Okay. Best lead I can ask for.
Your Grace, I shall need you to push.
You must breathe, Your Grace. Someone must tell me something.
Would you move?
What are you doing here, Lady Danbury?
I am going in, Your Grace.
Please for a lady in there.
Someone must be with her. If not her husband, then
I must know if I'm at long last to have a son.
Forceps. See the head? Push!
Tell me.
Breathe, Your Grace.
yes, push, push, Your Grace, push.
What is it? What is it?
Support, Your Grace.
I have a son.
man.
Doctor! It's too much blood.
Perfect son. Simon Arthur Henry Fitzmanuel Bassett, the next Duke of Hastings.
Would you like us to arrange the Duchess's welcome?
No. Yes.
There will forever be just two words that come to this author's mind the morning after any good party.
Shit.
And delight. Well, dear reader, the scandalous accounts from last night's soirée at Vauxhall are quite shocking and
Wow.
delightful indeed.
I'll play it again. I shouldn't have switched. I started getting too cute now.
At once, emerging phoenix-like from the ashes of irrelevance is one Miss Daphne Bridgerton. The illustrious debutante was seen dancing not once, but twice with the season's most eligible and most uncatchable rake, the Duke of Hastings.
Where are you going so early, Grace?
Promenade.
He is smiling. The Duke rarely smiles.
Daphne has an excellent sense of humor.
She will need it. Life as a duchess will have many demands. Hosting balls, greeting foreign dignitaries. Daphne will not merely be in society, she will be leading it. I have prepared her quite well, Lady Danbury.
8 balls.
No.
8 balls. You do want our plan to succeed, do you not?
The purpose of this arrangement is to keep the marriage minded months of the ton of fame, not to help myself directly into the lion's den.
The purpose of this arrangement is to ensure I marry my very first season.
I shall grant you 4.
6 balls.
5.
6. And you must send flowers. Today. Expensive ones. If you were truly courting me, you'd buy out every florist in town.
If I were truly courting you, I would not leave flowers every 5 minutes alone with you in the drawing room. I did not mean.
6 balls, Your Grace.
Very well, I shall see about the flowers.
And you must remember, no one can know about our little arrangement. Know about what happened last night with Lord Burton.
Ah, yes. How is your hand this morning? You certainly did nothing wrong.
What I know is that even the rumour of my being alone with a man, let alone touching him, will ruin me.
I have no interest in causing a scandal in Springfield.
I should imagine with you it comes naturally.
Disturbing.
What are you guys talking about?
Penelope is wondering about Miss Thompson.
What of Miss Thompson?
Penelope has
Could
inquiries.
you not fall asleep about Miss Thompson's condition?
I beg your pardon. No.
Well, how did it happen, Mama? Is there to be a baby?
That will be enough. My lord, you're hearing this. What are we going to do?
There's no need for your hysterics.
Why is Miss Thompson to be kept away?
Because her condition is catching.
So Daphne may be in love. Does she think it an accomplishment? What exactly has she accomplished then? She certainly did not build that man or bake him. He simply showed up. Now he straggles about. That's her face, probably. That's her hair. And having no face and pleasant hair is not an accomplishment. Do you know what is an accomplishment?
We're able to trap them with champ because we won switch.
If I were a man, I could do that, you know. Instead, I should have to stand by and watch dear Mama appear proud. Because some man should like to admire my sister's face and hair and fill her up with babies. Oh, Penelope, you're not listening to what I say.
someone. Let's try it.
Is it your mama? She's not advanced in age? I suppose your father should still want a boy.
She's not my mom. Just a maid.
Which one of your maids is married?
She's not married.
How did she become a child if she's not married?
I do not know. But I will find out.
You must. Otherwise, how can we make sure it never happens to us? We have accomplishments to acquire.
2 dancers? With the Duke?
Oh, he was quite taken with your sister Hyacinth, or the entire party was for that matter. All eyes were on Daphne. At least enjoy some toast, dearest.
I'm not hungry, Mama.
Are you certain the entire party was not simply eyeing a tear in her dress?
Or some misstep she might have taken on the dance floor.
I do wonder, Daphne, might we count on the Duke at the Crawford Ball?
I should think it of her chance.
Oh, what about the Ramsby Ball Friday, too? Oh, and what about the Grand Picnic?
We shall see, Mama. How terrible for Fran that she'll be off practicing pianoforte with Aunt Winnie all season and miss Daphne's engagement to the Duke. Francesca looked far from ready.
How does a lady come to be with child? Eloise, what a question. I thought one needed to be married.
Whatever are you talking about?
Apparently it's not even a requirement. Eloise, that is more than enough.
Daphne, please, you were playing so lovely. Please go on.
I take it the two of you? No?
Do not look at me. Have you ever visited
This is good.
No?
Oh, I do hope the two of you are not encouraging improper topics of conversation.
Not at all, Mother.
In fact, we're just heading off to take our sticks out.
Colin Bridgerton.
A round of fencing.
Miss, Humboldt is coming.
Humboldt is coming. Humboldt?
Where's Humboldt coming? Has someone arrived, Humboldt?
Callers for Miss Daphne.
But you already have called, dearest.
Well, I suppose now I have more.
This is just a rock slide.
What is happening?
Coming through.
When you said you would be taking me to your family this morning, I expected to be the only one present. I wore my satin knee breeches for the occasion.
I shall speak to her soon to know. Lord Burbrick, we must go. You said you wanted this handled quickly. You gave me your word.
And I intend to keep it. You're the only man who proposed, therefore the only one I thoroughly considered. This is nothing more than a terrible confusion. For now you must go, along with everyone else. I should like to know what is going on.
Oh, I would like to know the very same. Perhaps we might begin with why you chose to interrupt such an exquisite morning.
Because she is already engaged to be married.
The Duke has already asked for your hand.
I'm not engaged, Mamma. Has anyone truly proposed to me? No. Have I proposed to anyone else? I do not believe I have.
Do not be disrespectful, sister.
Disrespectful? I cannot imagine a greater show of disrespect than promising me to Nigel Burbrook.
Anthony, tell me you didn't.
He's a fine choice, I looked into him.
You promised your sister to that man.
Not well enough, apparently.
What?
Does not matter. I now have many choices indeed. I do not need...
You have suitors. You do not have what matters, proposals. Except, of course, from Lord Burbrook.
Whatever happened to his eyes? Why protest? Daphne has charmed a duke.
That dude had like
Anthony.
the same
You must
team
know
as
that
me.
changes everything.
Please do not tell me this little rebellion is to do with Hastings.
They are courting.
They've danced a couple of times together at a ball. Colin has done the same with Penelope Featherington. It does not signify
They
that...
promenaded this morning and he sent flowers today. To both of us.
expensive ones.
The Duke is not a serious suitor. He will never marry. I have known him since we were boys. It is not bravado, or denial, or even immaturity.
It certainly appears that way to me.
I will not marry Nigel Burbrook.
I have acted in your best interests, sister. One day, you will understand. One day, you'll be most appreciative. The contract to Burbrook will be drawn up, and you shall marry him.
Oh, you need not worry, dearest. Once Lord Burbrook witnesses the seriousness of the Duke's intentions, he will have no choice but to retreat. Lord Burbrook may not respect a woman's choice, but he certainly will respect a man's.
Well, and if the Duke is not serious, I shall have others.
Daphne, I saw the way the two of you looked at each other last night and this morning. There are no others. There is only the Duke.
with the Bridgerton girl. Twice.
Remind me again why you were the first person I chose to reacquaint myself with upon my return to town.
Admit it, Fred. You missed me.
Might I have a word? Many as you like, Bridgerton. Are you going to come down here or must I come up there?
My fists have taken enough pounding from your chin today, your dukeship.
What seems to be so urgent? I should like to know what was going through your head last night and this morning again. You'll have to be more precise. A great deal goes on in minds as quick as mine. Are you courting my sister? Should I not be courting your sister? No. And I can think of dozens of reasons why, starting with she is my sister, and ending with she is already engaged to be married, and then perhaps circling back to she is my sister. I was unaware of engagement. The band's been read then. I assure you that all the formal preparations are underway. I have arranged everything with Nigel Berberich, having given him my word. Ah, so you have struck something squarely. Your problem is that Berberich is a wholly unworthy suitor for Miss Bridgerton. He is perfectly decent. He's never seen going in and out of brothels, at least. I even know where he's been these past few years, right here in London.
Wow.
Some gambling hell.
That was another tough one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just not playing it.
Nigel Berberich is hardly a saint. You are and have long been a good friend, the best, really. But this is my sister. Think of all that we have shared as friends. It is furthest from my intentions to offend you, but surely you can understand that family must come before all else.
Why is he not saying anything? He's 4 years old. He should be able to speak.
He is quite advanced in his letters, more so than any child I have taught.
He would have to be bloody Shakespeare with his letters if he cannot speak. Let us hear it, boy. Give me a word, a grunt. Talk to me, damn you.
You are scaring me.
And if that's what it should take, I shall get a sound from him still.
No.
What did you say?
No.
What is he doing? He's an imbecile.
Your Grace.
He is an idiot! My God. Do you know how precarious of a situation we are in, boy? We have been granted this line. The monarchy itself has declared it. But it will only remain ours so long as we remain extraordinary. The Hastings name cannot land in the quivering hands of a half-wit. Get him out of my sight. This boy is dead to me.
I found you a few sweets. I thought you might enjoy them while everyone else attends tonight's ball.
You can come in. I'm sure there's plenty to spare.
I hear they have decided not to send you home to your papa.
Don't say I'm relieved. I can only imagine how he will react to you.
Your condition. Rena, may I ask, how did it happen?
Cake?
Cake.
Our vicar in Somerset was given to hours-long sermons. 3, 4, sometimes 5 hours. They last. I would nearly swoon from hunger and fatigue. Until one Sunday, just when I thought I'd have to fall under the pew from exhaustion, the eldest Crane boy, George. Sir George Crane sneaked me a wrapped bundle of cake and biscuits.
That's just some
Vicar would
super
have had his head
spicy
if he knew.
team.
After some time, the bundles came to include small notes. We passed tiny missives back and forth for months. the church quite so much.
Where's Sir George now?
Spain. He went off to fight with Wellington. But he continued to write. See?
So, your condition then, it was brought about by...
Love. It was love, Penelope.
Your Majesty, the royal physician has a report on the king.
How is it possible that there has not been a single compelling betrothal yet this season? Terribly unexciting.
I could tell you a delicious tidbit about our former scullery maid.
I don't care about a dish wench. I wish to be entertained, enthralled. Should the royal physician seek to tell me my husband is dead, Brinsley?
I do not believe so, Your Majesty.
Then tell him I am occupied. And bring me my stationery at once.
I can't. I don't know. It's a flame charge, maybe. Sorry, fuck.
Will it be the rubies or the pearls, miss? Oh, the pearls, of course.
Mama, perhaps the rubies. Better catch the eye of the morning suitors. If I'm not to put all my eggs in one basket, I must collect more eggs.
The Duke truly has put your head in a spin.
But must spin far away.
Good heavens, what is it, Mrs. Wilson? The Queen, Ma'am.
Has she fallen ill?
Yes, King George calls her home. Her Majesty's Royal Stationery. She has written to you, my lady.
Gunk shot.
What's it say, Mama?
I am invited to a private tea with the Queen in 2 days' time. Never mind the pearls. You shall wear the family diamonds tonight.
Shit, man. I should have waited my fucking clock out. Such a stupid ass motherfucker. The same team, bro. This is an easy ass team for me.
London season is already terribly monotonous as it is. Must your wardrobe do the same?
Terence told us look at your age.
Certainly not mine. Take my arm. It will make us late.
Oh, it's fucked up.
So,
I fucked up.
you are not dead after all. My lady, we were not expecting your visit. Not one seen in London. No news of your education, not a word about you from your father, yet here you are, alive and breathing. Stand up, boy, so I may look at you. Your mother would weep to know her dearest friend was a stranger to her son. You look just like her, and a good thing, too. Lady Danbury, my lord. I see you've not learnt any manners. Have you learned to read? To write? To ride a horse? To fence? Well, then why ever are you not in school? When I was a girl, some centuries ago, I was afraid even of my own reflection. I entered a room and attempted to dissolve into the shadows. But there is only so long one in a position such as ours can hide. I knew I would have to step into the light someday, and I could not very well be frightened. So, instead, I made myself frightening. I sharpened my wit, my wardrobe, and my eye, and I made myself the most terrifying creature in any room I entered.
help you to overcome this stammer of yours. But in exchange, you must promise me that when you step into the light, you will be worthy of the attention you command.
The dance, Miss Bridgerton.
I shall need someone else to sing me a glass of ratafia then. Lord Bridgerton, do me the honor.
Of course, Lady Lavray.
Six balls no more. I must have you at 8. Along with a picnic.
A picnic?
I'm afraid we are required to fan the flames of our charade.
Ah, Lord Barbara owes you. I heard.
You must make him believe that you are on the very precipice of a proposal. So that he will leave me alone.
I should hope I do not lose my balance then.
No, I should hope not either. You will be glued to my side all evening. And we must look like we are enjoying ourselves, as difficult as that may be.
Yes, quite.
Let's switch it up.
Go dance with your sister. Why? Because I asked you to.
Perhaps I was unclear this time. Is it your wish me to insult your sister, Bridgerton? On the contrary, you wish your sisters marry a loathsome toad.
Lord Bridgerton, forgive the intrusion.
Just try all balls to the wall attackers.
Your sister. A surprise I have long coveted. Her beauty, for her grace,
For her powerful right hook.
I must know whether I can count on you to handle this misunderstanding, my lord, for I certainly wish to avoid any kind of embarrassment. Rather late for that. You too friendly with the Duke, or simply too intimidated by his rank of...
Easy, Barbrook. I assured you I will resolve the matter. A matter which, I shall remind the Duke, is none of his concern.
Perhaps you are not the authority on what matters concern me, nor on the matter of Lord Burbrook's character. I shall do my best by your sister Bridgerton. And perhaps even she might learn to return my affections over time.
Oh, do come off it, Burbrook. I presume you failed to mention how he got that purple eye.
He was careless with the cabinet door. He was careless with his honor. He attempted something last night I shall dignify with words when your sister plants her facer. Deservedly so. My lord, you must know.
Daphne would have surely told me if this were true.
Would she?
You will never speak to my sister again, Burbrook.
We have to be married.
Could you be buried if you so much as look in her direction? Be grateful. You will not take the punch from yet another Bridgerton.
What has happened? Mother.
You need not worry about Burbrook. Sister, it is done.
You told him.
I had to say something. All will be well, though, I assure you.
You assure me.
Despite what you and my brother may think, I'm quite capable of speaking for myself. You had no right.
I was trying to help.
Well, you did not. All you did was underestimate Nigel's entitlement. Not to mention fortune. You cannot assure me of anything.
A crush of an evening, Your Grace. Do
not agree. The young lady is as rare a treasure as there is. Do try not to bungle it up. Thank you.
There's nothing I can do. There's too many of these.
I think I shall take the air tonight.
People just running around. I gotta have a water, dude.
Only me, Your Grace. You follow me, Lord. I thought this matter's settled. It was settled, until you had to go and spoil it. I implore you to speak again with the Viscount. Last night was a mistake, I admit, a temporary lack of judgment. You understand that, do you not? There is not and never will be any kind of understanding between the two of us. Go home, Barbara. But you do not need her. You're a duke. You already have the money and the connections and the standing. I need her. So why can you not just let me have this one? Because I think it really ought to be up to Miss Bridgerton. But I'm buying a horse. I do not negotiate with the horse. Should you continue to follow? Why then have you not asked for her hand? If you are so fond of her and she's so smitten with you, why have you not already proposed? Unless you have already had her. Or if you have, you must tell me. For if I'd already known she was loose and damaged, not intact, stop talking. I shall not have you question the lady's unimpeachable honor again. Yes. Yes, very well. That is all I had hoped to hear. You do not deserve to breathe the same air as her. Now go home. And you do. I've heard the stories of your father, Hastings. I know how badly he wanted a son, an heir. And I know how badly he tried to get one when it seemed your poor mother could not deliver. If anyone were to ever turn a blind eye to a man's temporary lack of judgment, it would be you. The apple should not fall very far, should it?
This dude just quit on me.
Your Grace, may I present Lady Danbury and Lord Bassett?
Okay.
This is a most unwelcome intrusion.
I thought Your Grace might be relieved to know that your son is alive and well. Your staff seem somewhat surprised by the fact.
What is this, a bolt-on? Yeah.
I'm receiving high marks in all of my studies, sir. I ride, and I fend, and I shoot. Exceptionally well, I am told.
You are my worst failure.
I beg your pardon.
I am sure you do.
I shan't again. Might I remind you that this boy is to be the next Duke of Hastings, and that he requires whatever reserves of fatherly nature reside in that frigid heart of yours?
You may, so long as I may remind you of your place, which is out of my sight, and with your bitch mouth shut.
I wrote to you many times to let you know I'm not dead. Did you receive my letters?
It is a deep enough wound to live with the knowledge that you shall one day inherit Hastings, but to witness your struggle is too great an insult. You are as useless as your mother proved to be. So, I should pursue the same course with you as I did with her. To forget that you ever sullied these halls.
This author has often thought the heart the most curious of instruments, heeding neither reason nor rank. For what possible explanation might Miss Bridgerton have for entertaining the suit of a mere baron when she seems to have secured a duke? Could the debutante's mind not be the only thing amiss?
The recipe is my own. I'm quite certain the Duke should find it appealing.
Does not matter what the Duke thinks, Rose.
He's gallant, is he not? With refinement. Stop! Does it reach too high? No. It's perfect. I should like some more.
Let it be known, dear reader, that if this bizarre behavior portends yet another scandal, then be sure that I shall uncover it. For there is nothing like an excursion into nature to lift the spirits and loosen the tongue.
I heard you be recording a bumbling Barbara. Quite imagine her up there.
Mama, might I go play with Eloise?
Lady does not play Penelope.
Forgive me, Mama. Might I go promenade for suitors with Eloise?
Very well then. Well, what have you learned from your maid, the one who was in the family way? What happened? How did it happen?
She said it was love.
Love. That doesn't stand to reason.
No, it certainly does not. Look at my mama, 3 children. Would anyone presume that had anything to do with love?
What else did she say? Was she not frightened?
Or sad and frightened. But there may be a chance for her to have happy ending yet, I suppose. She wants to escape to the country where she and her love will marry.
She has even better reason to be frightened. Once she is married, her life is over. Scarcely an escape, Penelope. It's that poor maid.
I was not aware, sister, of what Berber attempted. I would have hoped you. You should have told me.
Would you have believed me? Did you only change your mind about Lord Bearbrook because another man told you the truth?
You truly esteem me so little.
After I apprised you of my wishes, and you proceeded to ignore them. Yes, brother, I do.
You are late?
Apologies. Should we rejoin your family at their camp?
Certainly not. We must promenade past the group of men playing their games up on it. What happened to your hand?
Boxing.
Some absurdity that passes for entertainment amongst men. My cuff, buttoning.
I beg your pardon. You need not feel your evident worry. Bearbrook is...
I've not heard what Whistledown likes of me still. No. Even if you believe Lord Bearbrook is taken care of, our ruse is not finished. I'm still in need of a husband.
Well, I am flattered. I'm afraid I must reject it. But...
Yes, I know. You're not the marrying type. But have you considered you are not the type women wish to marry?
I do suppose if I were forced to take a wife, you would be the least objectionable.
Is that meant to be a compliment?
Yes, but it is no matter for you wish to marry for love, do you not?
Of course I do. They're still looking.
I don't think I can win this.
What have you done?
I bring cheerful news, Bridgertons. I've taken matters in my own hands and sought a special license for my wedding to Miss Bridgerton.
There is to be no wedding.
I have told you.
I wouldn't have made it to the hydro
Bearbrook,
pump.
you look in a great deal of pain. Shall we continue this
I don't think
conversation
this kills, so.
I require no further conversation, though perhaps I am finally speaking to the true head of the
Oh,
Bridgerton
shoot.
house, for if it were you, I imagine
I guess I
you would
just
instruct
got
your
lucky.
sister to take better care than to encourage certain attentions while alone with me on the dark walk at Vauxhall. Of
This
course,
seems
being here to
interesting.
say if such a scandal could wreak havoc on even the most influential of families. What would someone like,
Got
say,
a lot of
Lady
coverage for the
Whistledown
meta.
do with such unseemly information? Is that a threat? It is certainly not. Because in 3 days, I am to marry. I have the diamond of the season. I have the very best that Tom has to offer. I have a Bridgerton. And I shall save her, as well as your entire family, from the ruin which you could not protect them. I look forward to the union of our great families. Bridgerton, Hastings.
I must issue my challenge to Lord Burbank straight away. I assure you I will properly trained in the matter. I know the rules to follow.
No, you are not to deal with Lord Burbank, Anthony. Do you understand me? I don't care what kind of training you think you may learn. It is illegal, not to mention positively horrific.
When gentlemen are left with no other choice, when a young woman, let alone one's sister, is rumoured to be dishonoured, the consequences shall be deadly.
It is no solution. Should Lord Burbank decide to make good on his threat before you shoot him dead, brother, what happens then? He may decide to open his tiny mouth at any moment, and then I shall be ruined. As will be all. I must marry Nigel Burbank. It is the only choice.
Rose, can you leave us for a moment? I have taught you to believe that marriage is the best that life has to offer. And that remains true. But it is not simply a partner that marriage provides. You will have comfort and a house to tend, and most importantly, children. You will throw yourself into raising your family, and you will find much joy. I am certain.
That's crazy.
Papa. The two of you are so beautiful, Mama. That is what I wanted. That is all I hope to one day find. After
Damn. Yeah, I like that team. Let's do it. Let's throw that team on.
Louise Bridgerton.
So, let me just see what my Swamper got on him.
Go on then.
Okay.
Chastise me.
Yeah, boom.
Spare one for me.
Suppose I desire something different.
How do you mean?
Just different. I watched Daphne prepare for these balls, with all of those dresses and the many suitors, and I am exhausted. Suppose I want a different life, Benedict. I truly believe I am quite capable of something more.
Oh, it still has frustration on it. Damn. Alright, so I don't have one. Cool.
But you're not the only one.
Still on that dance floor with
What
Miss
should I put
Bridgerton?
in the back, though?
I was... She's to marry. And you're free to do as you please. Never.
We should double water it. Let's see. would be double steel lines, double charmers. Oh.
Your Majesty. What do you think? Of the music? I find it quite beautiful. Is it Mozart? I became acquainted with Mr. Mozart when he was not 10 years old. The boy accompanied me as I sang an aria, and I declared then and there that he should become one of the finest composers in Europe. And certainly you were right. Well, I'm really wrong about such matters. Do you know why? Because when I choose to extend to someone my favor, I expect them to make good on it. Your Majesty, is this a Brimsley? Fresh snuff.
It might be a thunder punch, but it might power up punch again.
That one is a terrible gossip.
That's what I thought.
If we were to speak freely in his presence before long, the whole of England would know our business.
This might be a thunder punch. Yeah.
I suppose you do see. I expected a great future for your daughter upon her entrance into society. A future with someone like a duke, perhaps. Pairing like that. Well, would certainly be most enchanting indeed.
I think it's a hydro pump. Oh, shit.
As I was saying, the glow of success benefited not only the young maestro. Surely the entire Mozart family would have felt the repercussions had their boy stayed forever in Salzburg. Would you not agree?
I hope it's a hydro.
Why, yes. Yes, I would. What are we to do, Mom? We are to invite Lady Berwick over for tea, Mrs. Wilson, at once.
I think we could win this.
And only child. Very special boy indeed. In fact, I often say,
Got it.
God did not
Wow.
bless me with another because perfection had already been achieved. My goodness. Not every lady can say this.
Was a good play. Some good play there.
Miss Bridgerton, allow me to set my eyes upon you. Let me help you. Even if your countenance is a bit drawn. It was a terribly late evening. The excitement, I suppose, yet you must try harder, dear. My Nigel is quite discerning. He already turned away many more handsome debutantes, saying, Mother, I prize accomplishment over beauty. Can you believe it?
Okay. This isn't
That
bad.
mistress of yours is going through the biscuits quick. Do not worry, Rose. I shall handle it. Housekeepers. They believe themselves the sun and the moon, when in truth it is us ladies maids do all the hard work.
I have one just like her.
You are quite fortunate then. How troublesome could a household be with only Lady Berwick and the young Lord Berwick to look after?
You have no idea.
You ate but not one bite at tea, my dear. A young lady must be well fed if she is to bear children. Kippers on rye every morning worked wonders for me when I conceived my Nigel. What have you found? What is going on? Well, you could not think I would ask that woman for tea without a thought for you, could you? The help here is everything, as we all know. She has had a good deal. Lord Berwick has a boy by one of his maids that he refused to provide for. Send the maiden child away to live off scraps. Horrible man. Horrible enough for us to be rid of him, let us pray.
Nothing.
He will only deny it. And he will believe a group of women over a man's word.
Perhaps no one. But they will if Lady Whistledown does. So we shall do what women do. We shall talk.
And the only reason he married her is because his purse squandered the accounts on some scheme in America. Oh, mon Dieu. Is it not the most lurid story of the season?
Perhaps not the most lurid.
Well, every baron has a bastard.
A bastard who sent away before the miss even popped?
You don't say. Oh, it's some Jenny and Mary. It has come to this author's attention that the town is abuzz with a most sordid tale. It is said one cannot judge a book by its cover, but in the case of the bumbling Baron Burbrook, it seems his displeasing appearance is quite an apt metaphor for the state of affairs in his household. I would not be surprised if Lord Burbrook were called away to the country on alleged business which perhaps might involve sending some much overdue funds to one former maid and young boy who we can only hope takes after his mother.
I've heard talk that Burbrook has left town. I'm given to think the solution to our problem didn't come.
Shit, if I would have baited, could have caught this dude. Actually, why would I even? I could have just.
I'm resolved to handle
I
matters
don't know.
differently.
I just screwed that all up.
Or perhaps not at all. I know society has dictated your present role in this family, Anthony, but
I should have tripled up on those damn hydro cannons. Fuck.
This is for Daphne. Tulips. They symbolize passion. Most appropriate hymn for your sister when she decides to marry the Duke.
Okay.
Perhaps your bride would like the same.
Good night, Mother.
Surely your mistress does not plan on confining me to this bedroom forever?
I should think one has only herself to blame for her confinement, miss.
Eloise? Did you need something?
No. Yes. I am glad this business with Nigel Burbrook is over for you.
Thank you.
Leah's story is about appalling arrangements and hopeless endings, and it's all very frightening.
Eloise, you mustn't worry.
You're frightened too, sister. Of marriage, of children.
I find children to be delightful. Though you're not currently proving my point.
Surely you've not forgotten what happened to Mama. Her screams that night. You tried to hide it by singing to me, but her voice rattled the windows. I hear them sometimes still in my dreams. She almost died. Him up after Papa.
Of course I've not forgotten. Of course. I'm frightened. I dare say I would be a fool at this point not to be terrified. You remember correctly that Mama had a perilous night. She had gone the world had highs. And we are all the richer for it. Yes, I know he's there. Or perhaps darker plans in his woods than we've been taught to expect. There is light to be found at their end. And I know, one day, we both will find it.
It must be taxing.
What?
The game of pretend that you feel you must endlessly maintain.
Nice.
You should not have lost your temper over that one.
You should know something about Miss Bridgerton. I will not tolerate a bully.
And you should know something about me, Grace. I will not have this go wrong.
You mean our roots?
It's more than a ruse now. It is more than a negotiation.
I guess I'm gonna have to shield for shield with him.
To impress Lady Whistledown, or the Queen, or any member of the team. This is about a life, Grace. My life. I must finally take charge of it. I cannot afford to do otherwise. So I shall not have this go wrong. And if you are not in agreement, then you should tell me now.
I should agree.
This fucking thing again.
You do not understand, Your Grace.
But you call me silent.
Shadow Ball.
We are truly to seem to be courting. If this is to be a match like no other, then you call me
Bubble
by my name.
Beam.
Very well. Styling.
Is there something funny about my name?
No, no. It is perfectly valid.
Fine. Very well. Daphne.
I wish to find a husband. It's the time you have a family. Children.
Let us send you a husband.
May I have the pleasure?
Of course.
The two of you certainly make a captivating match, Your Grace. Whatever is bothering you?
Nothing's on. Endeavoring. To take your rifle blade. My heart may be failing, but I assure you, swells with pride. Amid the Duke, you have grown into the great A6. We shall continue. Listen to me very closely. For I've only returned to do with one thing. To make you a vow. Any vow I will ever make in my life. I will never marry. I will never sire an heir. The Hastings line will die with me. my words clear enough for you, Father? Speak, you fucking monster. Speak.
Dearest gentle reader, it is often said that those who marry in haste must repent at leisure, a sentiment that is clearly shared by Miss Daphne Bridgerton, who has apparently rejected not one, not two, but 3 proposals already this week. Some believe she is showing admirable forethought in her deliberations, but I would venture a different conjecture. That she, like this author, is still waiting on the only suitor of note.
Damn.
Here we are. Our plan has worked thus far, but we must continue our ruse until I found my match.
In the grand battle of the season, I am your trusted general, marshalling the troops.
From Wellington could only hope for a soldier so brave.
And handsome. Let's not forget that.
Some prince is coming to London. Then I shall wear my most brilliant dress of all. Something must hold his interest, as it will certainly not be your conversation.
Why hasn't he switched yet? What if the shield wants?
How long does it take for a letter to arrive from Spain?
Yeah.
St. George's with the front line.
I think I get to another hydro.
You must be patient. If your love is as great as your previous letters state, surely he will write back to you soon. Or perhaps even better. He's already making his way back to you here to come and take you home.
Yeah. Oh.
Penelope Featherington, what did I tell you about cavorting with the expectant?
Marina's been in here for ages, Mama.
Out.
You cannot hide me away forever.
No, I cannot. Which is why you are to re-enter society at once and find yourself a husband.
I do not want.
What you want became immaterial long ago. You shall wed, and you shall do it as soon as possible. But you fitted for a new wardrobe. It's about time you dressed in the family colours anyway.
Daphne, have you thought about with whom you would like to dance at tonight's ball?
I have some
ideas. Lord Weaver is a fine dancer.
Lord Harding was asking about you at White's last night.
Lord Harding. What about the Duke?
The Duke has not proposed, Mum. I'm still considering my best course.
Power up punch.
Wise girl.
And Lord Hardy is a fine option. Though he is rather boastful.
My dear, why ever do you complicate matters so? You must simply marry the man who feels like your dearest friend.
Oh, is that it, Mama? Well, how very simple indeed.
Yes, quite.
Yeah, I don't think I have even a chance. I should have brought the Swampert out first.
Is my general ready for battle?
Just born ready.
That's true. I suspect you would need less protection of lovely packs of ambitious comrades.
Call me the general, yet you were the first to draw blood. Miss Bridgerton.
Lord Weaver.
I
Okay.
was wondering if you might do me the honor of a dance tonight.
Must I share your attention with every moon-eyed dandy, Miss Bridgerton?
Only the charming ones, Your Grace. Perfect jealous suitor. Well done. Someone is angling for a promotion in rank. So, tell me, my lord, do you prefer the city or the country?
I suppose I've never thought of it.
I am partial to the country. But there are certainly advantages to both. Where do you see yourself settling?
Another excellent question.
Bewitching tonight, Miss Bridgerton.
Well, I do hope you are not too spellbound to chat, Lord Hardy.
Did you know I purchased my first land down when I left Oxford? I've acquired 2 more since. I keep them at my ancestral home. My ancestral home is really quite large. Much larger than most others in the area.
Fascinating.
My family and I are exceptionally close.
How wonderful, Lord Tompkins. I'm quite the same with my own.
After I marry, in fact, my mother will reside with me and my new bride.
Does your father have anything to say about that?
I should think so. It was his idea.
Not much of a pair? I should think not. She and the Duke are a love match. Nonetheless, you must remind the Duke to actually propose. I would not worry, Lady Bridgerton. Look at them. They are clearly attached.
And how did you find our eligible bachelors?
I must confess, I felt more chemistry when being fitted at the Northeast.
The prince is from Prussia, but I dare say that I just caught his eye.
Love Russia. I do not even know him.
They do not need to know it.
Besides the fact he is a prince.
Surely you cannot be surprised. You know how this works, Daphne. Was it not you who wrote the book on the very subject?
I'll watch as Miss Cowper lowers her eyes. Oh, so demure. Now she will look up at him ever so quickly, and then allow her fan to slowly sweep across her bosom before casting her eyes back upon the ground. For one is much too timid to ever meet His Royal Highness's piercing gaze, of course. Oh, now he will kiss her hand.
Forever charmed by her submission.
Precisely. Should I ever need assistance drafting an addendum to my book, I should know who to ask.
I do believe you just told Miss Cowper that her gown is exquisite.
Do you think so?
He is here to tell every lady.
Anytime there's a mirror work on the other team, I think I have a good chance.
Prince Friedrich, this is the young lady I was telling you about. The season's diamond.
It's double grass teams that
So lovely to meet you, Miss
make
Bridgerton.
shit difficult.
Your gown, it is exquisite.
Okay.
My apologies.
No apology necessary.
Perhaps a small one.
That was entirely your fault.
That's what managed to make such a terribly unbecoming sound while laughing. Well, now you were just making it look easy. Miss Bridgerton, might I have this chance?
Bonsoir. Thank you. Hello? The shop has closed. Bloody hell, say. You're scared of my wits.
What? I use the back entrance as you asked. Heaven forbid someone discover you consort with the most notorious opera singer in all of London.
Well, but third on that list.
Nice, man. See, I got all those shields super quickly. Now he's gonna go for the fucking shadow bone.
Hopefully someone less
Block
than
that
us
shit.
than lost. I know. I will not think of him.
This is useful work.
The Lady Cowper's girl. Not that it will help her get an offer. Not even my finest silks will compensate for that sneer. I could make you something out of the same fabric. Perhaps for your performance next month.
I don't really care.
Twisted colour for me.
You can let this go.
No innocent debutante.
Unmoors your good fortune. Would you prefer to sit around simpering over your needlework or whatsoever it is these debutantes must do to pass the time? You and I make our own way in the world.
That we do. Which is why I shall find myself a wealthy, sensible gentleman to keep me in high fashion. One who will never break his word.
Or prevent you from running up vast accounts of your beloved Moody.
Or run home every time his mother or sisters have need.
And where might you find such a paragon of dishonour?
Indeed, I'm inclined to investigate the provenance of such unlucky dice. So did not land the same way when you were casting Featherington. Perhaps a common element is you, after all. I'd be best to show some restraint.
Restraint, I fear, is not among Lord Featherington's skills.
It's gambling. You seem to have done it, Bridgerton. Done what? Proved you remain capable of laughing.
As long as we can corner the Marowak,
Indeed, I can. For all the mischief you have witnessed me make,
we can win these games.
Certainly not one such as your sister.
Confound. You are respectful, and I know you have no intention of marriage.
Oh, nice, Froakie.
I cannot claim so.
And whatever could your intentions be?
Respectful. I'd leave it there. Excuse me.
You look exceedingly familiar to me, my lord. Or is it your grace?
I'm afraid it is.
Might I've seen you at the opera? I perform there.
Do you? I've often wondered what plays in one's mind when an aria is performed.
Sometimes I think on the meaning of the words I sing. At other times I think on the tasks I have failed to accomplish during my day. And sometimes I ponder my plans for after my performance.